Okay, good morning, everybody. Again, we're both here on Instagram and on this webinar, and we're starting all over. There was major technical difficulties, so you're probably watching this as a replay. My deepest apologies. There's one thing I know about technology. You're always going to have technological problems, and that everything is figure outable. And thank God I have an amazing technology team figured it out. So I am sorry we're not doing this live, but I'm going to make it so juicy. It's going to feel like it's almost live. And I want to welcome you right now to Healthy Kitchen Tips, a simple, juicy webinar that's going to give you all of my tried and true tips, shortcuts, hacks, everything that I did on my journey to a high vitality life so that I could take charge of my kitchen. So for those of you who do not know me, welcome. I'm Sharon Fiani. I am speaking to you from Montego Bay, Jamaica in my living room. I had started this webinar in my kitchen, but the internet just went kaput. So I was literally talking to myself for about an hour, but I never give up. So my background is, amongst many things, I am a master yoga instructor. I've been teaching yoga here in Jamaica for over 30 years. I'm a wellness warrior for my island, for my people. Most recently, in the last 8 years, I went through a very stressful period of my life when I had to close down my yoga studio. And I was not only depressed and anxious, I was experiencing a severe stomach disorder that nobody could figure out. I hated how I looked in the mirror. I wanted to do something, and I put myself on a 40-day detox. I said, if Jesus can do it, I can do it too. And when I say detox, I mean I cut out all the things from my diet that had suddenly crept up. Even though I was a yoga teacher, I was very stressed at the time. My husband was working across the island. I was raising 3 young kids and operating a full-time yoga studio and gym 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I just was not coping very well. I found myself drinking 5 cups of coffee a day. I was drinking a glass or 2 of wine to go to bed at night. I was getting anxious and depressed all the time. And I decided to do something about it. I ended up moving across the island to join my husband, brought the whole family together, and then I did me. So in those 40 days, I cut out what I now call the bad boys. These are things that are part of most of our everyday diet, but over time, the cumulative effect of them all the time build up toxins in our body. So I'm talking about sugar, alcohol, wheat, dairy, all acidic producing foods, caffeine, all processed foods. I completely eliminated those for 40 days. And I, instead of starving myself, got into my kitchen and started to really create what I now call high vitality, super nutritious, delicious, very important, this part, easy to make food. I had to do this. In those 40 days, I completely transformed my life. Not only did I look 10 years younger, my skin was glowing, my hair was shiny. I was sleeping like a baby at night. I was waking up with tons of energy that I hadn't felt in years. And best of all, that stomach disorder had completely disappeared. I actually found out I had a gluten intolerance way before anybody talked about gluten intolerance. So that led me to getting even deeper into the kitchen to be able to prepare food that, hold on 1 second, let me see if I can just give me 1 second here. Hey, sorry, I just wanted to see if I can get back on my Instagram. You know, we gotta do the gram. Yes, so I was able to get in my kitchen and start to create gluten-free foods long before anybody ever talked about that. How to prepare, how to change my diet so it was more plant-based. I eat chicken and fish, always have, always will, but I wanted to change my diet so it was more plant-based. So I took this incredible journey. And it was then that I decided to share this knowledge with everybody that I know. So I started detox programs, what was known then as my Live Fit program, where I incorporated yoga. I've been a yoga teacher for 30 years. Owned a yoga studio here in Jamaica. I incorporated yoga with the detox, with self-care, with meditation. But I actually would go in and cook all the meals for everyone. So this is where I am at now. After doing that for about for about the last 7 years of preparing meals for people, taking them on these detox journeys, I decided to take it one step deeper and create an online program where I actually teach you how to prepare this kind of food for your family, how to have a very simple but effective yoga practice in your home, how to meditate, how to do this all from the privacy of your home while you don't have to take time off work. You go about your day, you do what you're doing, but I teach you how to prep your meals. And this is kind of like a taste of my little life and my little journey today. My next program, the 7-day online yoga, meditation, detox, and self-care program is called Shakti Activation, because I wanted to raise your Shakti, your creative life force, your energy through what you're eating, through how you're moving your body. So the next one is in fall. Go to my website, SharonFiani.com. You can sign up for a wait list there. But really what I'm talking about today is the journey from 8 years ago, where I was absolutely hopeless in my kitchen. So as a full-time mom and a full-time business owner with a very big family and a busy life, I relied on other people to cook for me. It was either eating out at fast food restaurants or we're very blessed in Jamaica to have people who cook for us. This is one of the blessings of island life, and I know and I appreciate this so much. But sometimes when other people cook for us, we may not share our same values or understand where we want to be in our level of nutrition. They actually need more knowledge too. So I actually had to go back into my kitchen and learn this for myself so I could teach the person that worked with my family, that cooked for my family. So much so that 8 years later, I went from being completely lost and hopeless in the kitchen. In fact, I didn't like going in there. I was too busy, to writing Sharon Fiani's Live Fit Kitchen Cookbook, which is now available on Amazon. There's a link right there if you want to see it. This contains over 100 simple, delicious recipes. Everything is gluten-free. Most of it is plant-based. My intention here is to teach you how to embrace a more plant-based diet, but not necessarily to become vegan or vegetarian if that just seems unavailable to you. But the recipes here are so easy to make. Any novice in the kitchen can do them. They are delicious, and it's divided into breakfast time, lunchtime, dinner time, snack time, all the time, which means all the things you should always have in your kitchen, which is part of this webinar. And then the 20% time, which is a sweet treat time, sweet treats that I love. So when I'm not eating, super healthy and I'm craving something sweet and delicious, this is what my favorite recipes. All right, so on to the juiciness of this short and sweet webinar. Here's what we're going to do. I am going to tell you the 10 essential must-have things that are always in my kitchen. Like they're always in my pantry or my kitchen to help me really throw together a meal quickly. The second thing we're going to do is tell you what equipment I have in my kitchen that I think is necessary for this high vitality life. You see, I want to help you turn your kitchen, no matter if you have an aversion to going in and cooking, and you say to me, oh, that cooking is not my thing. It wasn't my thing either. I want to help you to show you that actually can be fun and creative. And when you take charge of your life, things really happen. Yeah? And then after I teach you, show you my top 10 things and my equipment, which is right here, and I'll try to do it a little elegantly because we had to shift out of my kitchen and put everything on the dining table. Then I'm going to take you on a sneak peek of my kitchen, my fridge. I'm going to open it up and actually show you how I store my things, how I organize my things so that I can still be on the go I'm getting ready tomorrow to go to the Tomorrow Today festival, yoga festival in the grill. I already have things prepped and planned so that when I'm traveling, I bring my own food. I don't rely on anybody else to feed me. All right, let's go. What are my 10 top things that are always in my kitchen? First of all, it's always going to be fresh greens. I bought these great little humidifier salad containers on Amazon. I love them. As the minute I get my greens delivered, I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. The minute I get my greens delivered, so there's a great place here in Montego Bay called the One Love Farms. It's a foundation where they grow organic food and deliver it to your house. Yes, but that's because it's very hard to get this stuff in the supermarket here in Jamaica. Those of you that live close to Whole Foods and that kind of thing, you're blessed. It's not so easy for us, but thankfully there's a One Love Farm. So I get my greens. That was mixed greens. This is my Swiss chard. I wash them, I shake them out, I dry them, and I put them in my little salad containers. So always there are greens. If you are going to go towards a plant-based life more like 80% of the time, then you must have 80% of your fridge with greens, right? So when we go to the fridge, I'll show you all of that. So those are my greens. The next thing that I always have at home is complex carbohydrates that have high fiber and are easy to make. So I love quinoa, super easy, super nutritious, protein, B vitamins, wonderful. Be sure to wash your quinoa 3 or 4 times the same way that you'd wash your rice. I pre-cook it. It takes the flavor on of everything that you want. I love to just throw simple herbs, thyme, garlic, a little bit of olive oil, sea salt, always in the pantry. Next thing is always, I live in Jamaica. I love my ground provisions. This is sweet potato. I have breadfruit. I have yams. I have plantain in the back. Always have my ground provisions. When we eat from the earth, I mean, grains are great, but actually getting food out from the earth is the best form of carbohydrate that you can get. So that's number 2. Number 3, I always have beans. So this is mung beans, my favorite. I sprout these. I'm going to show you these in the fridge. I curry these. I make them into soups. These are lentils that I use for my lentil soup, lentil salads. So when I talk about 80% plant-based, what I'm talking about is something that I live by, which is called the 80-10-10 rule, 80% of the time, meaning 80% of your day, 80% of, hold on one second, please. Let's get the Instagrammers back on because they were very happy. Share, let's get them back on. Give me a second. Yes. So 80% of my plate is plant-based, whether that's fruits and vegetables, cooked, raw, I don't care, but 80% is green, 10% is protein, whether that comes from animals, if it's chicken or fish, or if you like to eat beef, just make sure it's from a grass-fed source, hormone-free as possible, or beans. So I always have some cooked beans up in my fridge somewhere. And then what else is on that list? Coconut oil. I love coconut oil so much. I actually made my own coconut oil product. This is Sharon Fiani's 100% pure Jamaican coconut oil, which I sell in all the hotels in Jamaica and all the pharmacies. I use this for cooking. I use it for dressings. I use it even for my mouthwash for oil pulling. I use it as a hair conditioner. I use it on my body for dry spots. It's such a healing oil. And if you're cooking with high temperatures, it is awesome. Always, always, of course, extra virgin olive oil in a glass bottle, please. That just keeps it stable. And this is better for dressings, things that you're not cooking or cooking on a very low temperature. Always, I have honey. Check this out. This is pure Jamaican logwood honey. Honey is so wonderful. It's full of enzymes. We use this when we're cooking like our granola bars, or protein bars, or the cereal. I don't believe in artificial sweeteners. Stevia just doesn't taste good to me. Honey, just a little bit. It's so wonderful. It's so full of immune boosting minerals, and it is just a gift from God. I love my honey. When my kids have a sore throat, we do honey and lime right away. That's first response to a sore throat. What else? I love my Himalayan pink sea salt. Always have it everywhere. In fact, this is what we cook with. Sea salt has 30% sodium, so the rest of it is just really good minerals for you, balancing out your potassium, magnesium in your body. Fantastic. I love it. So flavorful. Always, of course, you're going to see in my home, nuts, seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts, and dried superfoods. So like goji berries, mulberries, dates, figs, those kinds of things, always in my fridge. There's always something in my fridge, but when I went to check this morning, it is missing, which is dark chocolate. I love my dark chocolate, and somebody ate it last night, so I'll have to investigate that later. Or I have there's an amazing recipe in my book for my raw cacao energy bombs, little chocolate balls made from raw cocoa powder that are so good. Those were gone too, by the way. And then last but not least, what's always in my fridge is homemade coconut milk or almond milk. I kind of switch between the two. When I gave up drinking milk 8 years ago, it was life-changing for me. So I use that in my coffee, in my tea. I use it in my shakes. It is wonderful and super easy to make. Again, that's all in my cookbook. I'm not trying to really push this cookbook on you guys, but it is everything that led me to where I am right now, which is in the best space of my life, the best feeling of health and vitality at 54 than I've ever felt before. And I just want to share that with you. So those are my top 10 always in my pantry essentials. Then the next, I'm going to have to turn this computer around a little bit so I'm not really moving around too much. Oh, but it's going to be kind of dark. So the next thing, I'll just kind of go through it really quickly. Number one on the list is my Vitamix. Here at the top of it, it's too heavy to move, but this is like my absolute best friend. So much so that my kids gave me, my other one kind of just died because it goes all day long. My kids gave me that as my Christmas gift. So hold on, I'm just gonna have to do my live again. Sorry, it takes 2 seconds. Yeah. So the Vitamix or any kind of speed blender, NutriBullet works. This baby goes all day long in my home. From making my green smoothie in the morning to making my macchiato, which is my secret coffee obsession, which is in the book, which is coffee with homemade almond milk, a little bit of cinnamon, honey, and maca powder, and you throw it in the Vitamix. Oh my God, it's so good. I love this, but you don't have to get a Vitamix. It's super expensive, but any kind of high-speed blender is necessary. We use it to make our soups, our salad dressings, our pâtés. It's just a huge part of our life. Next thing is my nut milk bag. This is an essential if you're going to make your own homemade coconut milk, almond milk, cashew milk, whatever kind of nut milks. You process that in the Vitamix. There are tons of this that I have on various webinars that you can go back to. You squeeze it out and filters out pure nut milk. This is like also a huge kitchen essential. In fact, I buy them like 8 at a time on Amazon and bring them home. I give them as gifts. It's like the best thing ever. Next thing that I love, let me see if I can do this from here, probably not, is my $20 spiralizer. This is so cool. So this is a carrot, and essentially what you do is, and it's going to be too hard to demonstrate, but you know what I'm talking about. It's so easy to do. You put your carrots, your zucchini, you can put cucumbers, you stick them in there, you turn the spiral, and out comes these beautiful strings of vegetables that you throw that on a salad or in a stir fry, and just makes everything look so pretty and inviting and appetizing. What else? Of course, mason jars of all shapes and sizes. I literally I'm in love with mason jars. I have them by the case. I use them for, storing condiments, pickles, carrying things on the go. Like I'll throw cocoa balls in here, take them on the go. This is for my shake here that I make every day. You can see there's There's a little bit left in there. So mason jars are perfect, and glass containers are a must. You will see these when we tiptoe into my fridge. Here are my nuts and seeds. I will take this with me on a journey. Here are my flaxseed crackers. Oh, I did forget to mention one of my kitchen essentials, almond flour. Thank you for reminding me. Flaxseed crackers. Almond flour is just a great substitute for flour. It works so well. These are my flaxseed crackers in the Fit Kitchen that are ready packed to go to the Tomorrow Today Festival. Crunchy, have a cheese taste because they have nutritional yeast in them. Amazing. And then back to equipment now. Always, please, everybody, I know you are evolved, and I hope I'm just preaching to the already converted. Get rid of your water bottles, please. Invest, in your stainless steel portable bottles of various sizes, so you can run out the door, you can go to the gym, and stop drinking out of plastic bottles. It is killing us, and it's killing the environment. So my water bottles, I even have this fancy smancy one that I adore with a crystal in it for my kids. So I've been drinking all morning, especially when the internet went down multiple times. Yay to my crystal infused water. And what else? 2 more things. Gotta have a good lemon squeezer, lemon and lime squeezer. Love this tool. I drink lemon water every morning, room temperature lemon water. Just cut the lemon, squeeze it, bam, drink my room temperature lemon water. That just helps to purify your body, get the detox process started. And then last but not least, my handy coconut opener. Now, I love this so much because it took the man factor out of making coconuts for me. This is so simple. I don't have any coconuts at the moment, which I always have coconut water because it's used as the base of my shakes, but there's some in the fridge that I will show you. So you stick this down the top of the coconut, you do 1 turn, boom, like you're pulling a cork out of a bottle of wine, you have your coconut water. And this is like a game changer. I actually sell these. I love them so much. So those are my top 10 things I always have in my pantry. Those are my go-to equipment essentials that I have. A lot more. My food processor is broken at the moment. I would love to have a new one. I don't have a microwave in my house. It's not working. I've never fixed it in the last 4 years. I rely a lot on my toaster oven, my dehydrator. I dehydrate a lot. And those are basically what I have in my kitchen. Now let's pray that the internet is going to be working, and I'm going to take you from my living room into my kitchen and into my fridge, and then we'll wrap this up. So hang on 1 second. Give me 1 second because we're just fixing this. So all right, so say your prayers. Let's hope this works again because it didn't work last time. I'm going to take you with me through my house into my kitchen. Say hello to Bob Marley. He's always watching us. All right, ta-da! Here is my kitchen. Oh, here's my fridge. Notice the chocolate. It's dark. This is not my dark chocolate. My sister brought this from England for my daughter, my kids. Flakes, the best. The dark chocolate is missing. I'll have to find out. But if you fridge, and let me get a good angle here, you will see that most everything is chopped, washed, prepped, and put into glass containers. This just keeps things super simple. All right, for example, here is my, down here is soup left over from last night that I'll be having from lunch. We always have soups here, and anytime I make a big pot of soup, I will freeze some and put them in 16-ounce containers in the freezer, so it's always handy. These are my beautiful mung beans, also in the cookbook, sprouted mung beans. It's so easy to make your own sprouts, so good for you, full of protein. I use this to sprinkle on salads, stir fries. These are all my cut up veggies. So I got Brussels sprouts and mushrooms and bell peppers and tomatoes and string beans and more soup. This is my daughter's favorite soup. So she got that last night for dinner. Guess what? She's going again for dinner, but with something else with it. Tomatoes from the garden. This is something we always have in our fridge. We love tuna, so tuna here in the Bay. We boil it, we flake it, we make a tuna salad. So that's just a great form of protein to add to any salad to make a meal. My husband even likes it for breakfast. These are grapes washed and for my daughter for a quick snack. This is some asparagus that we were so lucky to get. It's like really hard to get. Where is it? Let me get it. Oh, this is like a treat. It's really hard to get good things like asparagus here. Here is my homemade almond milk. Sometimes it's coconut milk jars. Shake them up when I'm ready. Oh my gosh, this is always in my fridge. Olives are always in my fridge. Healthy snack. This is always in my fridge. This is my aunt's also in the cookbook. It is ginger, lemongrass, turmeric. I drink it hot and cold every day. Yes, there's some heavy cream back there because my little one, Noah, who's the only one actually living at home at the moment, is with making ice cream. So she makes her heavy cream ice cream and we indulge in it with her. So there are your fruits, your avocados. I always try to find avocados. These, believe it or not, are organic eggs from my dad's little tiny chicken eggs. More. And down here, I organize like my cheeses. Let's see if you can see that. Right, my gluten-free Ezekiel bread that I love. What else in here? My Bammy, so on and so forth. Yes, there's some gin in my fridge. There is some ranch dressing in my fridge that my kids do like. I can't force things on my children. I just try to lead by example and hope. So there it is. That's your sneak peek into my fridge. And that is what it looks like, honestly, most of the time. Sort of about midweek, it gets a little bit messy and crazy. And it's a great to just take everything out, clean the fridge, throw away any plant food that is not looking healthy anymore or high vitality. I don't eat plants and stuff that don't look healthy. Like they have to look like they are still somewhat alive before I will use them. Otherwise, I'll chop them and freeze them and put them in a shake or something. So that's it. I hope that it was informative. I am so sorry that I wasn't able to address all the lovely questions that were there on the last Crowdcast, but I hope that this quick, short, and juicy webinar served you. And I hope that you think about getting this cookbook. I'm not pushing this on you, but if you are really, really interested on living a more high vitality life, it's available on Amazon, or you can email me at sharon@sharonfiani.com if you'd like a signed copy, and we'll get it to you whether you live in Jamaica or anywhere overseas. What else can I tell you? Shakti Activation, my yoga detox online program. The next one runs in fall of 2019. It is a life-changing program. You learn all of this stuff from your home so that it becomes your own habit and not my habit. And that's my intention. My intention, everyone, has been and will always be to help you in any way that I can. Live fit, live life, and live love. When I say live fit, I mean not just physically fit and nutritionally fit. That is so important, but also spiritually fit so that you can handle anything that comes your way. If we're not fit mentally, spiritually, emotionally, nutritionally, then we don't have the energy to really live life, to live out our passion, to fulfill our dharma, the reason why we're here on earth. And when we are living fit and living life, then we can truly get into a space that we can live love. live love for ourselves first of all, and then live love to every human being that comes our way, and especially those that are there to press our buttons and teach us things to become a better person. So that's my mission in life, to help you live fit, live life, live love. I hope this webinar has served you. Thank you so much. And all I ask is that you share it with somebody that may need this information too. This is how I got from depressed, carrying 15 extra pounds, not liking how I looked in the mirror, severe indigestion, anxious, not feeling myself, low energy, and not sleeping at night. 8 years ago, today at 54, I went through a little setback with menopause. I won't lie, that was kind of a little smackdown, but I had these tools to bring me back into balance. And I am in the best shape, the best sense of energy, the best sense of joy and peace with my life right now than I've ever been. And I want to share that with you and help you to get there too. So have the most wonderful rest of your day.